Hey, what's up everyone? Thank you for tuning in to part 2 of the Honda CRV as we continue to fix and get this Honda CRV ready for sale. On this episode, we're going to finalize all the components and all the final touches needed to get the CRV back on the road and roadworthy one more time. As you can see, this is where we left off. We prepped the whole vehicle, we sanded down the hood, the roof, and we were able to mask everything off to be able to spray the first layer of primer, then paint, and then a good clear coat. If you're just joining us now, you might want to check out part 1, where we discovered that our CRV has a bad transmission and we're able to buy a donor vehicle to be able to remove the transmission, since they were an average price of $1,200 on eBay, and I was able to get a running vehicle for just $1,000. And we're able to put new motor mounts since it was the right timing to be able to do that. Now I take the time to paint inside the fender just a bit more since this fender was blue, and when you open the engine compartment, you're able to tell the color of the fender. Now here you're able to tell how well this paint job actually came out. Now the color match is not going to be the best, but it's decent for what it is. As usual, this engine bay was really dirty, so it was time to degrease it and pressure wash it to get it back to a decent, presentable condition. Now I'm led to believe that these cabin air filters have never been changed. They are just filthy. Now this is where having a spare vehicle like this part donor vehicle that we have comes in handy. The seatbelt buckle would not work, so it's simply a matter of just removing the 14mm bolt and swapping over a new unit that was in working condition. Since we painted this vehicle, it always usually has overspray from the paint itself, so it was time just to scrub it right off. trying to remove that corner lens since it was aged and yellow and it just didn't have a really good appearance for the vehicle. So I just simply remove it and with the extended scraper peel off the double-sided tape. Next on the list were the headlights. They were completely yellow and it was time to bring them back to life. So a little bit of wet sanding will be able to take care of this issue. I usually start with 1000 grit sandpaper, work myself to 1500, then 2000, and usually maybe even a 2500 just to get it looking right. A vehicle's never clean until the windows are clean. You always want that clear transparency so the cleanliness of the vehicle looks up to par. Once again, I'm not sponsored by these chemical guys, but this stuff is amazing. The tire and trim restore shine. It works great. Now something like this, since I'm sure it's been years since this had a decent coat of shine, I do it repetitively. I'll do it like this evening, and early morning I'll give it another coat just to ensure that it soaks in as much as possible. Now it was time for the photo shoot. Now on something like this, I use a neutral background just to get as much shot as possible, which is the money shot. And it usually comes to you once you're looking over your ad and you're about to start your ad. You want to go over 15 pictures of the money shot. That way you know which one just keeps jumping back to mind on what exactly is the one that's going to pop out to that potential buyer that you're going to have. Now I listed this vehicle for $3,700 and it actually sold the same day. Now I did have a lot of pictures for it just to see and show the conditions of the vehicle. It drove excellent after we did the transmission, and we serviced the transmission with new fluids. We put a new air filter in it, and it had great tires, so the alignment was also on point. There wasn't much more to do after that. Now this is what's left of our junkyard CRV vehicle that was a donor vehicle. We were able to use the fender. We did keep a lot of extra parts. Now includes both headlights. I got a spare mirror. I got the lower kick panel for the driver's side, wiring harness, also a shift assembly, the bezel for the cluster, and also an assortment of bolts, the guard, horns, and trims for it. Now I did sell that door and also the full exhaust to local buyers, but besides that, I removed the rear spare from this vehicle. The tail lamps had been sprayed down, so they're basically worth it. And after that, there wasn't much, so I just decided that it was time to junk it. I also kept the healthy engine, but this thing's gonna need a good cleaning. The tables, they go for a lot of money on eBay. The shift solenoid, I got one, and I put this one right there. Put that one away there. Those are in good condition. And the ECU, we're also keeping that, along with the radiator, both fan motors, both CV joints, airbox, battery tray, shift linkage, to be able to compensate for the profit. Now, these are all parts that have gotten sold on eBay. And you can see that it all starts to add up. As you can see, these are still parts that I have pending to sell on eBay. Now here are some examples of the pictures that I took for the parts on eBay. I'm sure to grab a few pictures and angles, and if it's an OEM part, make sure to grab the part number. That usually helps ensure that it's an OEM part. People do love OEM parts. Now, I still have a Honda CRV engine in my garage that I have not sold, and I do not plan on selling it. Reason being is as soon as I find an opportunity on a blown engine CRV, I will take it and buy it.